Meghan's life seemed to change after marrying Harry, but she ruined her chances, and now she's begging everybody to help her with her new business. So what is the answer for Meghan Markle? Join me to find out, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Before we really dig into the main topic, I want to ask you about your jam collection. Do you have a jam collection? I mean, these days it seems like strawberry jam in particular is really trendy, and people sure are buying a lot of it. And there's a reason that I am asking you about your strawberry jam collection, because it is closely related to what we're going to talk about today. So as usual, I'm going to share a little bit of info first. As you may already know, Meghan Markle has unveiled the very first product for her American Riviera Orchard brand. And it is, drumroll please, strawberry jam. Yeah, I know, not very exciting, right? But anyway, this product has caused quite a stir. So it was sent to all of Meghan Markle's most famous friends, or people she pretends are her friends, for PR purposes. And I'm wondering, why does she have to suffer? Why does she have to be humiliated like this, having to beg all the famous people she knows to do PR for her, when I thought she was supposed to have everything she wanted after she married Harry? Everyone knows that before Meghan Markle snagged her prince, she was basically a nobody. She was a little-known actress who worked on a Canadian cable TV soap. But everything changed for Meghan when she entered the royal family. She was exposed to riches and wealth that she had no idea existed. She met many prominent, famous people, and she didn't need to do a thing because she had her own staff to attend to her needs. But what's more important than sitting beside the late queen, than having the opportunity to meet and greet some of the most important politicians and dignitaries from all around the world, artists, personalities? As a senior royal, Meghan would have had access to live and work in the most beautiful palaces, decorated and holding artifacts from some of the greatest artists ever. She would have also had the chance to follow her heart, to work with the causes that were important to her, and also have plenty of staff helping, supporting, and advising her. But she decided to walk away from all that. And for what? To become an Instagram influencer in Los Angeles and have to beg other people to sell your jar of jam for you? Well, ever since they left, I think Meghan has realized what a colossal mistake she made. I think that she and Harry were just living in a fantasy world, believing that they were going to get this half-in, half-out status, and that the Queen would never, ever kick them out. There was no other plan. There was no backup plan. I suspect that they had been in discussions with Disney and the other companies, basing plans on this half-in, half-out scheme, but they didn't have any idea about what was going to happen if they were just sent packing. And that's why everything they have tried has been so half-assed, so shoddy. They're obviously not very good planners, and they made a severe miscalculation believing this half-in, half-out plan would work. And then when we add in Meghan Markle's spiteful, vindictive nature, where she has to clap back at every perceived slight, well, that's how we got to where we are today. Maybe Meghan has won a battle or two, but she and Harry are certainly losing the war. And honestly, I am beginning to believe that she and Harry were kicked out of the royal family, especially Meghan. For a long time now, we've been hearing the rumors, and I've thought about it. But it makes sense to me. I just don't think Meghan was able to adapt. Now, the truth is, Meghan is a Californian 100%. California and Great Britain are very different places culturally. And I expected Meghan to feel a little bit bored. She certainly was, because she doesn't really care about history that much. She cares about what's new. She cares about being famous. She cares about celebrities. Now, as for me, I could easily live in Great Britain, much more easily than I can live in California, I think. I do love that kind of weather, the dreary, rainy weather I actually really enjoy. Honestly, with my pale, freckled skin, I don't think I could last a day in California. But Meghan Markle hated Britain, and she really never planned to live there in the long run. So as soon as she got there, she started rebelling so that she could escape the royal family. She said it was too restrictive, that they were racist towards her. I mean, she wanted out. And so they were fired because they were basically useless as working royals. They refused to work, and they had no respect for anybody else. They didn't care about protocol. They were always trying to grift. They would show up late. They were offensive. I'm guessing they were told, shape up or ship out. Well, they didn't shape up, and so they were shown the door. I mean, you remember that Harry claimed they made a 25-page report refuting the bullying allegations. I'm sure they were told off. And then Sandringham happened. William and Charles showed Harry proof of all of Meghan Markle's bad behavior. Harry refused to believe the evidence, which is why he claimed they told lies about Meghan, and that's why William was really fed up. So Harry was given a choice. He could stay with his family, continue to be a working royal, or go with Meghan. And obviously, he chose Meghan. And there are so many disgusting things that Meghan has done, and Harry has been complicit. Really supportive, actually. And there's a lot that we know about her, but I have always suspected that there was something really big that happened at that garden party a few days after the wedding. I mean, remember, they were told they needed to leave. From there on out, Meghan's behavior got worse and worse until I believe they were basically fired. And when the Queen said, "Meghan, we can't put up with your behavior anymore, you're out," Meghan dragged Harry with her to Canada. I'm guessing she threatened him that he'd never get to see Archofficial again, or, well, if Archofficial's not real, there was some other threat, probably blackmail. And maybe the Queen had enough of the bullying. Maybe she had enough of the leaked stories, the lies, the refusal on Meghan's part to follow protocol, the secret media deals Meghan had made behind the Queen's back with Oprah, and also all the blindsiding. I mean, this fake couple needed to go. I can only imagine how difficult it was for the late Queen. So I want to remind you that I believe, folks, everything happens for a reason. I do believe that what we put out, we get back. So people who feel happy and optimistic, usually they treat other people around them very well. That's why they feel like that. And so, of course, God blesses them. But people who are spiteful and angry, vindictive like Meghan Markle, people who focus on the negative in life and put out negative energy, I believe God tries to show them the error of their ways by teaching them lessons that people like Meghan Markle refuse to believe. So let's look at Meghan and compare Meghan to what I just said. So let's imagine Meghan Markle steps into the royal family and actually understands how to take advantage of opportunities, how to foster good relationships with a genuine heart towards the royal family. Now, in that case, her life would have been wonderful, but no. She chose a very difficult path for herself by talking trash about the royal family, leaving the royal family, and also trying to build a career with Harry in the US based on lies. And now all her business affairs are not going very well at all, to say the least. If she did find success with Netflix and Spotify, I don't think she would have had to sell jam and beg her famous fake friends to promote those jars of jam. It is obvious at this point that none of that is making her any real money. The contract with Netflix that had a sign-up bonus and payouts per what they produced, well, they didn't produce anything. And these cooking shows, the polo show, they're not going to produce themselves. There's no guarantee that Netflix is going to pick them up. And I don't think Netflix is going to be picking up anything more from those two. They're grifters. They're losers. They can't produce any real content. So again, more money that Meghan Markle is paying out, and there's not going to be anything coming back in. She's not very business savvy, is she? Such a colossal miscalculation, right? All thanks to greed, laziness, stupidity, and defiance. Basically, Meghan Markle herself. I mean, the strawberry jam and American Riviera orchard disaster is a really fun endeavor of hers to watch. It's typical Meghan behavior, but I cannot understand how she can get launching and marketing so wrong when she can afford some good advisors and experts to help her. It's, I guess, because she really does refuse advice. And what is the point exactly of having famous people post your stuff when you can't even buy it? Is that not the goal when you advertise products? You're trying to increase sales? I mean, it took Meghan a long time, weeks actually, after her launch to do anything whatsoever. She's seeming very slow these days. Even if Meghan Markle has people visiting her website or her Instagram, there's nothing for sale, so what is going to happen now? It doesn't even tell you anything about what she's going to be selling. You can't buy anything. You can't buy the jam. The jam hasn't even officially launched yet, and already it's failing. I don't understand why the celebrities have risked their reputations and risked being laughed at and unfollowed by their fans just to show support to Meghan. But I don't feel sorry for her because she can afford good advisors, but she always knows better. She simply won't listen to any advice. But I don't understand. What is she trying to do here? Jam is not a luxury item. It's pretty cheap. She's trying to, I guess, claim it's organic. but the product doesn't have any information, there's no background on it. Meghan Markle's business is going to fail 100%. I mean, just look at what she did to the label. It's got a boring color, the logo's really ugly, the photography is stupid, brand name wrapping around the sides, it's not glued well, it's basically falling off the jar. The whole thing looks so amateur. And the jam inside doesn't look any better. It looks weak. It doesn't look good. It was the opposite of something I'd like to put on my toast. I took one look at those photos and I said to myself, she's not even trying anymore. This is pitiful. And it's funny because Meghan Markle did have the chance to have such a privileged lifestyle, to have everything. But she's a liar, she's a grifter, and she's a user. But because she's so dishonest and doesn't have a shred of common decency, well, look at the position she has found herself in. She is now trying to sell jam, but she's trying to use her husband's family's title to do it. Can you imagine buying anything that has Meghan's brand slapped on it? I sure can't. But if she wants to succeed, then she needs to get really serious about this business right now. She should really invest in the quality and design of the products that she's planning to launch. And if she doesn't have any experience, then she can hire somebody who does. She wastes plenty of money on private jets and hideous designer outfits, so maybe she can spend a little to improve the quality of her products. Otherwise, she's never going to succeed. All right, friends, at this point, I've already talked a lot about Meghan and her stupid business, so I hope the information I just brought is going to be useful. I would love to hear more about your opinions. You know they're valuable because they really enrich our discussions, and they help us approach topics from different angles. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye for now, and I'll be back to see you again soon in new videos on my YouTube channel.